What's up? There we go. What's up, everybody? How you guys doing today? YouTube like did not want to connect or something. YouTube knows it's the second to last stream, so it was like trying to stall it out. What up, Wojo? What up, Rune and Barrett? How you guys doing? Little bit of an early start today. I think we were scheduled for a 6:30 stream, but I need to wrap up early. We only have 2 days left. So Valeria, Laura's daughter, is with us just for a couple more days, and so I want to make sure that I need to make sure, whatever. Stream will end at about 8:30 tonight, so I started an hour early so that we would still have time for a full stream to get in. Dwamatef, huh? What up, Ed? No, I've been trying to give people time to follow on Twitch, so we have 2 left. Today and Friday, and then we're moving to Twitch after that. Well, let me ask you guys, what would you rather see? Would you rather see me try to do Special League on the alt because I'm logged into both? The alt has a very limited box, so it's not going to be as weird. It'll just be, but I mean, the alt has literally never done a wing in Special League, so it's only a 2-month-old account. So we could try and do Special League on the alt, or we could just screw around with some weird monsters on the main. I wish Mumu would let me display both windows at the same time, but because they're like separate, it's like 2 instances of Mumu, so it's not Mumu, it's OBS. OBS doesn't let me show you guys both windows at the same time. I guess we'll start with the main and then we'll see what happens. Alright, so first off, I'll show you guys what I ran recently. This team actually made it to Guardian. So you can see, look, I was Guardian, and then it was just loss, 1 win, and loss. So this team was Guardian, and then it went on a losing streak, and I was like, I'm gonna push back into Guardian before stream. So I did 3 wings today, and then I was like, oh, if I push into Guardian, I won't have wings for stream. So it is what it is. We're gonna start off ranked kind of low. But I'll show you guys right now. I actually built an Ongiyuki cleave, guys. I actually built an Ongiyuki cleave. So it's a set comp. There's no pivots, which is why it was losing a lot. Because we will get outsped. We will get outsped a fair bit. Let's do that. So here's the Tableau, 316 on Swift Will. Here is the Gemini, 315 on Swift Broken. The Ongiyuki 292. Here is the Kaki, and here is the Kali. Kali 313 on Swift Blade. And then the Kaki is right here. So this time I think we're getting outsped. You know what? There's a small chance. 33 into Clara. No, he gets first turn either way, right? And the Shimite actually, yeah, we lose this. We basically are guaranteed to lose this. So maybe we'll just take a chance that he's like crazy slow, but I doubt it. How to get good perks? Summon Khitan Deshang. That's how you get good, bro. Summon Khitan Deshang. What up, Perk? How you doing, man? Yeah, I figured we'd get outspent. Oh, he summoned the Ongiyuki. I wonder if there's a chance that like I wonder if there's a chance Ongi can do anything here. Huh. That was close. That was close. Oh, man. If we had gotten the Shimite down, we might have actually won. All right. So that's what we've got going on right now. For this first one, we're just going to do a few wings at a time. We'll mess around. First, I want you guys to... You know what? For the first one, I don't care. I'm going to let you guys troll me. First monster I see listed in chat that's not... that I have. We'll build it and we'll do a team around it. What up, Geek Sanchez? How you doing, man? Feel free to troll me. I don't really care. Lewis. I actually may not have Lewis built. I'm not sure. Walker, I know I have built. So it'll be either Lewis or Walker. It'll be one of those two. That's Lucas. Alright. I don't know if Lewis is attack type or not. No, those are Neostones. That's Guillaume. Okay, let's do that and turn off the filter. And look for the check mark. That's interesting. I actually don't think I have Lewis built. Which is weird. I thought I had pretty much everything built, but I don't remember building him. I might have him. Just good luck finding him. Good luck finding anything. Neostones again. Oh, I do. Okay, we got Lewis built. Sad but true. Alright, what are we gonna do? How do we do something around Lewis? Man, all I know is he does invincibility. I don't even know the rest of his kit. Okay, defense. HP ratio of you and the target ally will be evened, and both get 2 turns of invincibility, and recovery decreases the cooldown for 3 turns if your HP is low. Protects the enemy. Okay. Alright, so if we want to do Lucas Shizuka, I feel like this should go with Huadam. So what would we do here? What would we do here? Because we're obviously not going to build a whole team around it. We're just going to build something to spam with it. We could do a Hanra, but that's kind of too troll. So he's going to eat up 4 stars. We could do a Lucas Royd. Royd's really OP. Lucas Royd is 6. Or Lucas Verd. What about Lucas Verd? Lucas Verd is 8 with a 2-star. We'd have Royd in there. We kind of need... Alright, what about Lucas Lima Shizuka and then a couple of 3-stars? Lucas Lima Shizuka and a couple of 3-stars. Has to be 3-star. So Vigor would be 1 3-star. Obviously, we're going to need the Vigor for sure. So I know we're going to need Vigor. I know we're going to need Escher. What about Carlos? I actually kind of like the idea of Carlos more. Shizuka seems boring. Let's do the Carlos. Lucas, Carlos, that's 9. Escher, Vigor, that's 15. And then a random 5-star. And then I just need some backup 3-star in case the Escher gets taken. Yeah, that works. I'd like the other 5-star to be Nana, if we can. We got Lucas, we got Escher. The Escher's ruined, but we're going to switch him up. We got Vigor. I keep saying Lucas. Obviously, I mean Lewis. Lewis. Alright. Oh, come on. 3 times? Alright, here we go. That seems decent. That'll work. I kind of wanted him to have that one, but that's okay. We got this one. Oh, that's slow. Okay, that's better. Man, that only gained 2 speed? One there. Okay. Speed. Oh, it's because of that one, right? Okay. Guess we do that. Just let him HP scale, right? Still kind of slow. It's fine. Okay, that's fine. Alright, Carlos is up next. What can we do with Carlos? So I remember I have this rune. This one's nice. And then, I don't have a lot of great vampire runes, but I remembered having that one. And then we also have this one, which is nice. This one's probably the way to go there, though. Okay. What up, Dies? How you doing? Happy holidays, man. That is kind of squish. That is really squish and really slow, actually. Wow, that is like squish and slow. Okay. Let's go HP, because we're going to gain attack anyway. Let's do this. Still slow. Nice, bro. Alright, let's change this up. We're going to be slow no matter what. That's fine. It's Carlos, right? Instead, let's do this. Get him a little bit tankier. Alright, that's fine. RTA Arena. What up, Daniel? How you doing, man? So for Shizuka, she pairs amazingly with stuff that does invincibility. Things like Kali, Oberon, obviously LD5 there, but Kali's free to play, and then Shihu. Generally speaking, she pairs well with anything that has either lots of buffs or debuffs, and she also pairs really well if she's just simply countering stuff with buffs and debuffs. Very, very flexible unit, so I don't know that you specifically have to look for a comp to build around her. I think she really will fit into where most of the time, if you just build a comp that is playing off the strengths of your own account, then she'll fit well into those comps as long as they're buff or debuff heavy. Alright, that's fine for the Carlos, I think. Alright, so we got Vigor, Escher, Carlos, and then the Royd, I de-runed him. But I think maybe we'll throw in a Lulu and a Kona Mia. That'll work. Yeah, let's do Lulu Kona, so... Alright, Tableau's gotta go away. Oh, you know what? We could do an Alucia also. As a low star option. Alright. Gemini's runes can move over to Kona. And then we just need to do whatever the fastest rune is here. That's fine. And then this one here. So that gives Kona, it's acceptable speed. It's not great. I'd rather, because he's kind of slow, let's actually just put him on will and give him speed here. So we'll do that. He's gonna be slow either way. Oh, and then let's give him HP here. And he's slow no matter what, so that's fine. Alright, that's fine. And then Lulu, let's give Lulu some runes. Oh, let's also get rid of the Gemini. Alright, Lima. Ironically, so I mean, you say how fast I rune. I'm doing this fast right now because we're not building an entire team. When you're building a truly, when you're building a full team all the way, it's actually like a 15-hour process. But when I'm just building 5 or 6 monsters, and I'm not too worried about tuning because we're just messing around, then it's a much faster process. So, yeah, normally I wouldn't actually be runing this fast. But for right now, it's fine. I think I do want to, I want to throw some bio runes back on Ongi. So we'll go bio, attack over speed. And then we can just grab that. Attack over speed, and it will... Actually, we want this rune still, I think. Yeah, Kaki doesn't need that rune anymore, and then we actually want to keep that rune there, so we'll go Will 1. I remember having that rune, yep, and Will 5. That one looks better. Let's do that. 19% of attack add? I don't think I have one that high. Which monster did you see it? Oh, well, probably if you looked at total on the if you looked at total on Ciara. Ciara's not even ruined. Maybe Lima. I think you meant. Oh, Lima's got a 13% one. I think 13% of something. Did I take the Lima out? I did. Let's see. Oh, I know what it is. Yeah, Lima's 19% of attack, which is not normally what you would have for Lima. The problem is the overall artifact. So yeah, she's 19% of attack because of this artifact. So if you look at this artifact, there's not going to be anything better for her, even though percent by attack is not really what you're looking for on Lima. The fact that it's quad like this, it makes it the best artifact that I have for her. Or maybe second. Yeah, no, it's the best. Yeah, that's the best I have for her. Alright, so we got Vigor. The Gemini, we want him to go away, just because we don't want to get confused by what we're using, right? So Gemini goes away. Ongi is going to stay in favorites. Vigor, Carlos come into favorites. The tableau is de-ruined, so we can get rid of the tableau. Okay, good. Tableau's gone. Let's see. So Vigor, Kona, they both have runes. Molong's got to go away. He doesn't have runes at the moment. Okay. Wusu, we can just throw a random will 6 HP. Doesn't need to be tuned at the moment. That's fine. Wait, was that res? That was. How about this one? That's better. Okay, Josephine's rune. Debelio, Haging's. Yeah, Haging's rune. Shizuka needs a vial 1. Okay, the Kali's runes can probably move onto Teshar. Whoops. Who was it that I was just looking at that I wanted to de-rune? I lost track. Oh, Kaki. Okay, yeah. $129. Huge congrats. Huge congrats, man. What up, Kruger? So this is, I am going to Twitch. I am going to Twitch again. I tried once briefly in the past. I did like it. It had some pluses, it had some minuses, and bottom line is I came back to YouTube because that's where I had started the channel. That's where all the people who knew me were. And because a lot of people asked me to keep streaming on YouTube. So I stuck on YouTube for another year and a half after the last time I tried Twitch. But what has happened, and I'll try and keep this short because I know for the regulars you've heard this before, but I should explain it once every a couple of times a stream. Basically what happens is if you both stream and do videos on YouTube, then you get penalized in the YouTube algorithm. Because YouTube, like some people want to watch videos, some want to watch streams, and YouTube algorithm is based off of how many people click on your thumbnails and what percentage of your videos they watch. So if somebody watches 30 minutes of a 4-hour stream, that's amazing. But in YouTube's eyes, that means it's 1/8 of the stream. And so ultimately what has happened over time is I've fallen out of the algorithm to the point where people who want to see my videos don't even know that I'm putting them out when I put them out because maybe they don't watch the live stream, so YouTube just stops showing them that the videos are coming. I've done a lot of research on the YouTube algorithm, but then I also have run polls in Discord and on YouTube, and I know that there's people, this kind of started with people coming onto stream and asking me like, hey, why don't you do a video on this? And I'm like, I just put that video out yesterday and nobody saw it. And so I figured out that YouTube wasn't recommending the videos, and that just kind of discouraged me from doing videos, which is a big part of why I've done less and less videos over time. It takes me 8 hours to make a video, and I'm a small channel. You know, I'll just be honest with you guys. Like, a typical video on my channel makes $5 to $10 for the 8 hours that I put into it. I am not doing it for the money, but if I spend 8 or 10 hours, I do want to see the views, because when there's a lot of views, it means that the video got out to a lot of people and helped a lot of people, which is the goal. And so when it's not getting a lot of views, then I know that it's not getting out to a lot of people, and it's kind of discouraging. So there's a reason that the vast majority of creators stream on Twitch and do their videos on YouTube, even though YouTube tends to be more profitable for streaming, plus it's a more comfortable environment, and it allows you to interact with the people who are watching your videos more directly. So YouTube overall is a much better place to stream, in my opinion, but the algorithm penalty discourages, at least me personally, somebody who doesn't do this for a living and can't put out a video every single day. It discourages me from doing videos. And so I've decided to join the masses and move my streaming over to Twitch so that I can start to do more videos on YouTube again, basically. Alright, I think we got everything Rune now. We have enough Rune to do the Lewis team. So we'll do a few wings on the Lewis team. We'll see how good or bad it is. I personally think it's going to be kind of bad, I'm not going to lie. Because it's going to be really weak to turn 1 and turn 2. Now probably a fully designed and optimized team would be a little bit better, but the builds that I can do like this, you know, when I'm just doing really quick builds and just ruining like a really thin box, I'm not sure, but some of the other teams I've messed around with during Special League have pleasantly surprised me, and we are only in C3 right now, so that's a big advantage. I don't have a core for Special League at all. I've just been messing around with different weird teams this Special League. I've done absolutely nothing particularly special for Special League. I've just been messing around and having fun. So most of what I've done has been weird teams that I've built on stream, like this one. And then I just kind of went from one weird team to another. Anybody see Kabila? Anybody see Kabila? What up, Bronson? How you doing, man? Yeah, reconcile the that definitely, like, the Twitch. Oh, we're actually only in C2. Nice. I don't know if it's nice or not, but should make it easier for a weird Lewis team to win. Oh, I should be first picking Escher. Whoops. Yeah, Escher's the most contested monster in Special League, so we should be going Escher first pick. That works, though. Thinking Nana Dominic here. Dominic's lost a lot of runes in this like shuffle. He just has random runes, but I think that's fine. Oh no, we did the Carlos. That's right, we did the Carlos. Okay. Nana Carlos? Well, definitely not Nana Dominic now, right? Yeah, Nana Carlos. That's the team we basically built. Kind of lost focus for a moment. Okay, so we go Carlos. Ooh, do I go Nana or do I go Lima? I took Lima out, didn't I? Took Lima out. Oh no, she's back, but she's not ruined. Okay. Oh, Kraka. We should give some runes to Kraka. We can do Nana Kraka. Nana Kraka Carlos plus we can't work that with a Lewis though. Okay. Jack, I actually just got my new PC today. It's not set up yet. It'll be a full day to set it up, but I just got my PC. Lewis gonna get a Katarina partner? I don't think so. That seems... I mean, we could try it, but it seems really hard to pull off that combo because then you need a second monster that gives invincibility. You have to be like Lima, but you're also lacking attack buff. Let's see. He actually did ban the Lewis, guys. He actually did ban the Lewis. Do I need crit rate? Yeah, we'll take crit rate. So it's a GTX 3080, 32 gigs of DDR5 RAM, i9 13700. You know what? I should have used Strip with the Escher there. I'm not used to having the double werewolves together. Yeah, so the computer that I got, let's just say that would be out of my price range personally. It's an absolute beast. It would be out of my price range. So the deal here is I got it through work, and there's a longer story behind that. I've been working towards getting that computer for a very long time. But yeah, I'm super excited about it. I'm like super excited about it. What up, Sky? How you doing? So I did not have time to, well, sort of, Jack. I ordered it through a custom build site, CyberPower PC. This is not sponsored for CyberPower PC. I price shopped off the 3 main custom build places, and yeah. We need to actually start on him. Yeah, so CyberPower wound up being the cheapest for the specs I was looking for. It wasn't necessarily the cheapest on every computer. It's just kind of a balance of some of the specific specs that I wanted in there. Like I wanted a really high speed. There we go, finally. Wanted a really high speed, yeah, you would miss the freaking friend. At least he's in front, though. What up, Ampy? How you doing, man? I'll give a more cohesive answer when this match is done. This dude plays really slow, too. Oh, bro. Oh, that was a big proc for him right there. That was a big proc for him right there. has he not procced at any point? Like, honest question here, real talk. Has his Fran not procced once yet? Well, I guess I kind of got some proc love there too. So I guess that was kind of karma. Dude, I would love to see a count of the proc rates on this match. I would really love to know, like, just have a count of how many procs we've each had. Maybe it's equal. I mean, honestly, maybe it's equal and it just feels like more, but... AoE sleep! Dude, it's a Wathor! It's a Wusa Hathor! It's a Wathor! And then he just wakes everything up? Okay. And I don't get the... Oh, I don't get the attack bar because he died, yeah. That's okay, because I think he's in front here, right? Yeah, he's in front. Do we have about the same procs? Okay. I did play that wrong at the start, though. I should have gone Vigor Strip at the... sorry, I should have used the Escher strip at the start. I just messed that up. Unfamiliar team. All right, let me get caught up here. So, Jack, basically, yeah, the PC had arrived today. I need a full day to set it up. I didn't have time to set it up before stream. It was ordered through work, $3,000 PC. It's the single best computer I've ever had. I've been looking forward. It took over a month to get assembled because of the limited scarcity of parts, especially during Christmas. So I can't wait to get this thing set up. But yeah, I got it through CyberPower PC. Devin, dude, can't wait, man. I appreciate it. And yeah, I will be on Twitch by next week. I'll be on Twitch by next week. Ampy, same thing. I'll be on Twitch by next week. Kyle, what up, bro? Reconcile. So, Narsha, Siege Defense with Narsha. I've seen a lot of good ones. Generally speaking, Nana Narsha is the core, and then it's just a variety of different flex thirds. I know there's a lot that have been tested over time. I think Nana Lucian Narsha is pretty good. I don't know. I haven't seen a Narsha defense in a little while, so I don't know what the current, like, strongest meta one is. But I know that Nana Narsha is the most common pairing, so you start with that. Do I still consider Dumon good as an LD5? Yeah, Dumon is an SS tier, Alexander, in my opinion. Dumon is really, really good as, she's SS tier. I mean, just simple as that. I'm hoping that means you summoned her. If you did, huge congrats. I think she's amazing. Bronson, 500 on a PC, put in a GTX, and 15K on Summoner's War. Yeah, so for me the PC was, video editing, also swap. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm looking forward to see what swap can do on this new computer, especially because of the account service stuff I do. That actually saves people money if they're not waiting for swap to run. It makes the services faster, and then it obviously makes my account much easier to use. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what swap can do. But yeah, I mean, I don't need that much power for, like, Summoner's War gaming, but I definitely do benefit from that power when it comes to video editing. And then my day job is on a computer all day long, so it's just nice to have it be fast and responsive. Alexander, huge congrats on the Dumon, man. That is absolutely awesome. Let's do the Lewis. Mo Narshaperna, there you go. But he pulled Gianna and Fermion. Dude, that's insane. Gianna Fermion, man. That is absolutely nuts. Oh, she's not. Yeah, she's on Rune. Kind of want to Leo this, but if I do that, then I need one more 4-star. We're not gonna Leo. We'll go with the. We'll go with either probably Lulu. Probably go with Lulu here. See, if I go with Kona, it's too easy for him to just ban the Carlos. He's got protection here too. This is where like not having enough monsters Rune definitely becomes an issue, right? The Lulu though might encourage him. Oops, might encourage him a little bit more to ban the Lulu. Probably not, but maybe. So, do we ditch the Shizuka and deal with the Miles? No, we ditch the... Man, Royd's actually really scary here. Because that feeds the AoE provoke. But man, the Miles is the bigger issue. Yeah, we gotta ditch the Miles. He did ban the Lulu, so that's good for us. Oh yeah, Bronson, Geldnir is absolutely OP, man. Geldnir is absolutely OP. What up, Michael? How you doing, man? Geldnir is triple S. As a monster, Geldnir is triple S. Have I ever used Lala? Yeah, I use Lala on a regular basis in Siege. Alright, so he's gonna get to put the Shizuka back, so let's not give him more than the invincibility. Ah, man, I was really hoping we'd get a resist. I probably shouldn't have used that. I'm not used to the monster. Probably shouldn't have used that. Or should have waited. I'm surprised he didn't put up the invincibility there with the Shizuka. It's probably because the Nana's stunned. That makes sense, actually, yeah. No, that was a good play by... He should have actually gone S2 on the Volantis, though. Yeah, so had he gone S2 on the Volantis, he would have cycled the Soul Protect and also cycled the Volantis. Yeah, so, Wind Robo, man, you feel the difference on his skill up so much. That wasn't a problem on XG, plus I never really used it, but it was a huge problem on the alt. I actually wound up having to devil him on the alt. That's the only 4-star I've ever deviled on any account ever, period. But, to be fair, it was the alt, so I did take it maybe slightly less seriously. Oh no! So close! Oh, we were so close! I thought we had it! I guess I should have hit the Escher. Oh, and he's gonna get the provoke now. Oh my, wow. How did I not get that kill, bro? How did I, bad build. Bad build, the Carlos doesn't have enough damage. That's the whole match right there. That's the whole match right there. All I had to do was get that kill and it was over. Carlos would have started his chain, everything. I'm gonna have to improve the Carlos build, I guess. Can't hit anything. Yeah, it's over. Hard for me to actually think there's gonna be a better, this one maybe? How's this? We lose more speed and crit rate for 100 attack. Yeah, let's try that. Why not? Actually, I'm mostly using his own lead anyway, so we didn't need the crit rate. Oh, there's the issue. Let's go skill 2 crit damage. Yeah, that looks good. Oh, I mean, the 6 lightning and 20 is nice, but the no robos is unfortunate. Ronson, I can't believe you don't have more. I can't believe you don't have like a bunch of wind robos, honestly. Ah, you took the Vigor. Kind of want a 3-star here, and I kind of don't. Let's try this with Shizuka. I think I need to put runes back on Kali. That would be a nice core here. I should give Kali runes back. And then if we had the Kali Carlos here, that would be toxic. Yeah, we're gonna move the Teshar runes back onto Kali. Oh, see, never feed the last copy of anything. Never feed the last copy of anything. I knew that thing was gonna proc. Oh, the glancing! I should have not been greedy. I tried to save it. It really depends on how you're using him. If you're using him for like a turn 1 team where you expect to go first with him, then you would give him all as much damage as you could. If you're playing him more bruiser, then you would have some damage reduction. I like damage down from water. I know it's counterintuitive, but I tend to use him to counter Molongs, and so I don't want the Molong to reckless me. I would sub out Triton for the Robo in most fights, but I would save it as a last pick and see if it's a speed contest or not, basically. This is the first time, second time we got our combo, but the first one I played it wrong. Praha have runes right now? I don't see Praha. Juno doesn't have runes either, right? Do I have any strippers with runes? Chung, maybe? Chung's got runes. Okay. Actually, he has no strip. Kraka has no runes. Hey gang. Hey gang doesn't make sense here. Let's do Shizuka. I want to say we have 1 or 2 re-up streams set for January. If you check the Discord, if you check the stream schedule in Discord, yeah, I want to say we have 1 or 2 re-up streams in January. I'm not positive, but I believe so. Carlos Kali, I would definitely do that with a Shizuka if you can. That was such a big stun right there. Dude, that was such a big stun right there. All right, yeah, I'm not seeing this particular, I won't say it's all Lewis, but I'm not seeing this team really being successful with Lewis. So we'll make this our last one. Guys, next monster I see in chat, but this time I'm gonna say it's gotta be a monster that's, that I find interesting. So just name off some monsters. It doesn't have to be meta. It just has to be something that I think would be fun. Name off some monsters and we'll do another team around it. You got a grin? Well, Pang is more interesting than Woon Hawk. Shren is possible. We could do Shren, Hot Wadam, Triana. That's what, 11? Stella is kind of underpowered, I feel like. She needs a lot of setup. I've seen some people testing her and she just didn't really work out that well for them. I haven't lost to her anytime she's been drafted. She really feels like she needs a lot of setup. Wendy is interesting. Oh, yeah, I think we might need to go with Wendy. Let's bring Wendy to Special League. That sounds fun. Yeah, Wendy sounds fun. Wendy sounds fun. How many LD Nat 5s do I have? 12. Not all of them are good, but I have 12. I don't have any of the top tier ones though. No Ragdoll, no Gianna. be double counters and then crits through the... Oh, well, there was no crit resist, but still. Double counters, bro. No dupes, amazingly, no dupes. Sky says it must be nice to have 12, but Sky, here's the thing. I would trade almost any 8 or 9 of mine for your Nephthys. And I would honestly trade most of mine for your Isis as well. Like, the ones you have are better than almost everything I have. So yeah, it's nice to have a lot, but it's nicer to have a lot of good ones. It's nicer to have a few good ones than to have... yeah, like it matters a lot more to have good ones than it does just to have them. You know, what am I ever going to do with a Laura or a Wunsa? That right there was a really nice Lewis showcase. That one actually was an awesome Lewis showcase. That worked out really nice. This was the first true Lewis showcase right here. I mean, Arda's, I would trade most of my LD5s for a single Arda. Arda is absolutely OP, busted, amazing. He did have a couple of down seasons, but last season he was back to the highest win rate LD5 in RTA. Lima, I pulled her right after the nerf, and while she is still a really, really good unit, she's really hard to draft. She, the problem is when they nerfed Lima, they also buffed, super buffed Juno and slightly buffed Praha, and the 2 strongest Lima counters in the game are Praha and Juno, so everybody has them built, everybody drafts them, and so it makes it really hard to use Lima. So no, I mean, Lima's an S or an S plus tier unit. Really good, amazing. I mean, she was the one I was most excited to summon because it was right after her nerf and I didn't realize how impactful the nerf was. She's definitely probably my best siege offense unit, and she's an SS unit on all around if you include her for the whole game. But for RTA right now, she's like an S or S plus unit. Her win rate last season was around 51%. So, I mean, Lima is a really good unit, but I wouldn't call her my best. Volantis, although his win rate for me was not great last season because I just don't like that style of play, he was my most drafted unit, and he did have a really high win rate overall. It's just that I didn't build a proper Volantis team and probably never will because I just don't enjoy that style of play. But you could say that Volantis is likely my best LD5. Like, if you judge it by win rates and you judge it by the overall success people have, it would be Volantis or Ongyuki. Both of them had win rates absolutely through the roof last season, but they both really require styles of play that I just don't enjoy. And that's my fault. That's my failing. Like, you know, they're both really, really strong units. They're both SS tier LD5s, Volantis and Ongyuki. Absolutely 100% SS tier LD5s. But I don't win very much with Ongyuki. My win rate with him is like way below 50%. And Volantis, I only win like 52%, which is not good for my account, which should be my overall RTA is 55, 56. So Volantis wins less than my normal draft. And it's because I don't use them correctly. Like, I'm not going to lie. It's just, I don't like playing a straight Volantis cleave. I don't like playing a straight Ongyuki cleave. So I try to work them in as pivot picks, but they don't make a lot of sense for my playstyle. And that's a failing on my part. That's a limitation on my part. I could build teams around them and probably do really well. And I just haven't. So top 5 LD5 Nat 5. So number 1, I think still has to be Gianna. She may not be the strongest in this very instance. She may not be the strongest next season, but the fact that she's been basically a top 3 LD5 since she came into the game, they've nerfed her twice, nothing changes it. She is the queen of LD5s. She is and has always been the queen of LD5s. And then she's amazing in other parts of the game too. She's not limited to one part of the game. So Gianna's got to be there. Ragdoll, obviously, everything I said about Gianna exactly applies to Ragdoll. He's not as good in Siege, which is why I would put Gianna above him. But for RTA, Ragdoll would be my most wanted and most needed. Man, it gets tough from there. There's so many others that would all be competing for that spot. So Tian Lang would be there. Artemil would be there. Gurka, I don't know how he is since his nerf. So before the nerf, he was the strongest LD5 in the game, or one of the 3. Post-nerf, I'm not sure. Tian Lang definitely deserves to be there. Narsha deserves to be in that conversation. Yun Hung deserves to be in that conversation. For more niche uses, like Wally Young is the best arena offense monster and still great in RTA and Siege. But I wouldn't put her in the conversation for top 5 LD5s, but I would put her in the conversation for top 5 arena offense LD5s. Like Wally Young and Grogan are probably the 2 best arena offense LD5s in the game, but they're not top 5 LD5s. So my point being, like, when you talk about LD5s, it's really a question of, are you evaluating their overall kit, where I give Gianna, for example, extra points because she's great in so many areas. Even Zerath, I give extra points because he's great as like a perfect AI monster for GB12, stuff like that. Or do you just really want to talk about like one meta? If you're just asking for RTA, then it's kind of a different story. And at that point, you largely go by win rates off of SW Arena, and also just kind of a feel of like how terrified are you when you face that unit. So the thing that makes Gianna so strong is that Gianna basically requires a 2-for-1. So whenever somebody drafts Gianna, you either have to 100% commit to banning her, or you have to draft 2 monsters to counter her, because if you only draft 1, then that monster's just getting banned. Any monster that requires you to draft a 2-for-1 has a massive inherent advantage. And then if that monster can require you to draft a 2-for-1 where the 2 don't fit well into your draft, then it's an even bigger advantage. So Gianna can be played in such a way that she can counter like a turn 2 draft by forcing that person to draft 2 units that don't fit into their turn 2 draft, and then whether you ban Gianna or let her through, you've basically gotten into a 4v3 the fight before the fight even starts. So that's what makes her so powerful, is the fact that you have to address her in a 2-for-1 situation. That, by the way, is part of what made Oliver so meta. Now, he doesn't have anywhere near the power of Gianna because he can't set himself up, but when you look at the overall teams he was played in, and you give in the fact that he's got a 33 speed lead, and the fact that he basically could AoE reset a team, you had to draft a 2-for-1 to counter him, because you couldn't just let him through with a bunch of strippers or you automatically lost. So any monster that requires a 2-for-1 draft has a massive advantage. Then there's other types of really strong monsters like Tian Lang. Tian Lang doesn't require a 2-for-1 draft to counter him. What Tian Lang does is actually preclude you from drafting about half of your box, and then he can often be a 1-for-2 counter, where he can counter 2 or more monsters on your team by himself. So there's kind of like the 2 different types of OP-ness. One is the OP where the monster requires you to draft a 2-for-1. One is where the monster is a 1-for-2 plus counter. Those are the different kinds of OP-ness generally. The way to counter Gianna is simply to outspeed. I don't think there really is any other good way. There's other ways. I mean, you can ban the Ciara and then bring a Veramos or Felleria or Herney. I mean, there's lots of monsters that can throw bombs back and stuff. But at the end of the day, those monsters have to then fit into your team, which is no guarantee that they're gonna fit into your team. So for the most part, if you want to counter a Gianna, you're forced to outspeed. But if you're trying to outspeed a Gianna, then it changes your whole draft and precludes you from, being able to do, you know, a turn 2 team. Or at least you have to build your turn 2 team around a speed lead like I did with Oliver, or you could do that with a Vanessa. Things like that. What to play with Tian Lang, Beelzebub, and Craig. So first thing is, Beelzebub probably doesn't make a lot of sense there. The fact that Craig can eat his HP is nice, but Beelzebub for the most part is just not good against anything that resets, which right now is everything in the meta. So it's really hard to use Beelzebub as anything more than a 5th pick, and then even when he is a 5th pick, for the most part he's just niche. So I would be really careful about trying to use Beelzebub when you've got those types of LD5s already. I think Craig and Tian Lang fit together a lot better, because Tian Lang can do some really big damage by himself. He makes it really difficult for the opponent to draft CC, and if he's not allowing the opponent to draft CC, like if you're preventing the opponent from drafting CC and then you have the Craig, you have a good chance to take turn 1, but you can also play a Bruiser style turn 1 with the Tian Lang. So you get some pretty good flexibility there. I could see Craig and Tian Lang working together. Now I would focus on the Tian Lang and make the Craig a pivot pick. Don't get me wrong. The Tian Lang should be the core, and then the Craig should be the pivot. But with that said, yeah, those are the two that I would pair together. Wow, I get the stun, and then he procs out. And that's GG, right? Yep. That's GG. Did he proc again? No. Pontos is somewhere between an A and an S tier unit. He has some niche uses. The fact that he's a 24 speed lead obviously is a big deal. But the fact that he does nothing at all with his skill 1 and more or less nothing at all with his skill 2 really restricts his utility. So I tested him some last season because the meta was shifting to where I thought he might be better. And I'll be honest, I never gave him proper runes. So that does matter a lot. Like, I never gave him proper runes, and that makes a big difference. But even with that said, he's, like I said, he's somewhere between an A and an S tier unit. He's a good unit. He is definitely a good unit, but he's not OP. If somebody hacked my account and unsummoned him, I wouldn't even notice that he was gone. Like, seriously. He'd be like, okay, I don't have Pontos, no big deal. There's a case to be made that Chloe is better than Pontos in a lot of situations, and it's really sad when you can, even if Chloe lost the debate, it's sad that you can take a Nat 4 and argue it against an LD5. That's the bottom line. If you can argue a Nat 4's case against an LD5, then there is a serious issue with what's going on right there. So, yeah, Pontos cleanses, Chloe doesn't cleanse. Pontos is 2 turns invincibility, Chloe is 1 turn invincibility, but Chloe heals on her skill 2 and does HP scale damage on her skill 1, and the Pontos speed lead is 3% faster. So, I mean, yeah, it is, you know, he's okay. He's a good monster. He's more than okay. He is a good monster. But like I said, he's somewhere between A and S tier. He's A+ or S-. And yeah, I wouldn't be devastated if he disappeared. Now, Leo Carlos AD. Gig Sanchez, I don't know which AD you're referring to. I don't have a Leo Carlos AD. I had 2 Verd counters and he's still ahead of me? Are you kidding me? Bro, yeah, I would not miss Dark Ryu. Definitely would not miss Dark Ryu. He's, oh, and Alexander, to answer your question, yeah, I would have to go through the list, but I would certainly trade 6 to 8 for a Dumon. I'd have to go through the list to know what the true number is. And like just kind of figure out what I'd be missing, right? But it feels like I would do somewhere between 6 and 8 for Dumon. Like I wouldn't trade the Lima as part of a package deal, but I would trade the Lima straight up for Dumon in a heartbeat, or I might trade like Lima plus Van Cleef, something like that. But I would trade anything plus Van Cleef, bro. I would throw Van Cleef in on a trade for Konamiya. So Konamiya, Van Cleef is the dark Ryu that we were talking about. Like, I would legitimately just be like, yo, you got to dupe Konamiya? Okay, here's Van Cleef. I mean, I don't, he's so bad. He is so bad. Wow, this dude's still going, huh? Okay, my PC is freezing up. That's not good. We're gonna close off the Xennial account. Let's go ahead and stun you. Or not, no stun. Yeah, Devin, something just happened. The PC just froze up. Oops. Let's do this. Evu dropping the member chat. Member for 10 months saying, see you on Twitch. Evu, thank you very much for being a member for 10 months, man. I really appreciate it. How many stuns is this freaking Moore gonna get, bro? This is like silly now. I was like, this dude is still playing? Now I see why. He's actually got a chance to win, man. I thought it was like long over, but no. Moore's trying to go 1v7 here. There we go. Now it's over. Alright, so that's it for the Lewis experiment. We're going to go ahead. I think we're going to try the Wendy. Alright, so Michael says, love something that yeah. So YouTube's not receiving enough data. I feel like my PC is freezing up. We're not doing anything with the bot today, so I'm gonna turn the bot off. I'm gonna try and free up some memory. I don't know what is eating up all this memory. Fortunately, this is the last stream on this PC, and then we'll be on the new PC after this. But let me get as many windows closed down as I can and see if that helps at all. How's the stream quality, guys? I'm still getting a message that YouTube's not receiving enough error. How's the stream quality? Stream quality is good? Okay, cool. Alright. Let's give Kraka some runes. Alright, so let's figure out what we want to do here. What are we going to build around Wendy? So for Wendy, we want to go super tank. I think Wendy Huadam would be really interesting. Obnoxious as can be, right? It would be obnoxious as can be. So we love obnoxious. We love turn 2. We love turn 2, so I like Wendy Huadam. Wendy Huadam, Icarus. I'll give some thought to Icarus, but I think Wendy Huadam, Escher, or you can take Escher, Vigor, or both, right? Wendy Huadam, Escher, Vigor, Nana, something like that. Oh, Kinky. What about Kinky? Do Wendy Huadam Kinky, right? I do not have 5 Kinkies, bro. I do not have 5 Kinkies. You might want to count again. 6. I have 6 Kinkies. I have 6 Kinkies, and I have no Martinez. Yeah, but people Martinez shame me all the time, bro. If they're gonna Martinez shame me, I think it's fair. Oh, I gotta finish 2Aing that thing also. I keep forgetting. I have not. I'm gonna do, probably once we go to Twitch, I'll do a Rift Score stream. I don't have Deborah, so that, I don't know how much that matters. I don't know if Deborah's really important. I haven't looked at those teams at all. I know there's a new team out, I just haven't looked at them. Gilbert, so I answered that earlier. Oh, I understand now, Gilbert. You're talking about offense, not defense. Because I answered that earlier and I was like, I don't understand because I don't have the defense. You're talking about the offense. Okay, so I don't use Leo. You're close. Ooh, perfect. Wow, that was actually really lucky. Okay, so it's an arena offense, not an arena defense. And what it is here is the Megan is on Will and Nemesis runes. So the idea is that the Leo is going to proc the Megan's Nemesis. We're using the opponent's Leo to max everybody's speed. I use the Mirene. In this case, Deborah would work. A lot of different units would work. It doesn't really matter. You could use, if you don't have Mirene or Deborah, you can use a Bernard. You can use the Fire Hammer Girl. Like, you can use lots of units. If you have Mirene is obviously ideal for this. Then I use the Carlos. He's on total crap runes. It doesn't matter. He's just lots of damage, and I've got him on Will runes, obviously, and then the fight set, but I mean, this is like, it's not a rage set, it's nothing special. The idea is here, with the Leo, the Carlos is going to just steal a turn as soon as the Lucian kills something, right? And then this is just, normal. This should be your normal fat Lucian. My Lucian runes got moved around, so let's change these two out for the correct units. Siege causes me to move runes a lot, and all these presets always tend to get like messed up. I actually lost one in Siege yesterday because my presets were messed up and I used the wrong Lucian, which I'm still pretty pissed at myself about. But so yeah, here's I can't believe we found a Leo on the second try, by the way. But here's the basic premise. So he procs the Megan's thing right there. He procs the Megan's Nemesis, and then as long as the Lucian gets one kill, Carlos is gonna steal a turn. In this case, the Lucian crit everything through the molly, it didn't matter, but this is specifically to counter stuff like Carnals or Junos, where the Lucian is definitely not going to consistently kill everything because of the fire attribute, and then Carlos can just kill whatever it is. He can do crazy amounts of damage. Like, the Carlos can... How do we find 2 in a row? That's so lucky. The Carlos can legit do like 80,000 damage without any setup in this team. I'm not even kidding. I've had him do like 5 times 20k or 4 times 20k on Carnals and stuff. What up, Brozar? How you doing, man? This is just gonna kill everything, though. We're not gonna get a Carlos. Not gonna get to see the Carlos, but you can see how the team works. It's a great counter to Leos. What are the odds we find another Leo? Next to 0, right? Yeah. My fastest set? Yeah, sure. So this is my fastest set. I'm almost positive I can't get this set any faster. This should be 100%. Actually, I can. I can go 1 speed faster? Can I get 1 speed faster? Maybe not. No, this should be my fastest set. Yeah, this is my fastest set. Oh, that sucks about the COVID, man. That sucks about the COVID. I hope you're feeling better now, bro. Alright, so I don't see any more Leos, but what I can do here is maybe just swap this for my Leo. Do this. Oh, I didn't mean to swap that permanently. Okay. Now you can technically do Megan Bastet also, but why waste it, right? Okay. Now in this case, the unruned, I guess that Leo was unruned, so that's a problem. Now, the risk to this team, I'll let you know what the risk with this is. There's a couple of risks. The major risk is that it's a low damage Leo. For example, this is how my Leo is built. So if he misses the crit, he may not actually proc your Nemesis, right? So if the Leo doesn't proc the Nemesis, then you're going to take a loss. The other risk is, on the last couple of arena rushes, I've run into people that ran 300 speed Leos. And the idea here is specifically to counter this counter. So if this team over here had a 300 speed Leo, I get outsped and I lose. It's a gimmick because then I just come back in on the next match knowing what I'm facing, right? But it's still an interesting idea. And eventually we're actually gonna get to see the Carlos steal a turn. Eventually my Lucian, in a real match, my Lucian would never freaking keep critting fire, but in this match, apparently the Lucian is just gonna crit fire every time. Don't crit, don't crit. Thank you, finally. All right, so that's what we were looking for right there. So now you can see the crazy Carlos damage. That was 18 Ks, and then he just comes back and cleans up again. And that's the point of having the Carlos there. Madeline Crow, Wind Hollyberry, Mav, Dark Homie, Dark Joker. Yeah, I can do that. Think so. Yeah, I can do that. Okay, so we gotta de-rune him. She gets put away. We're gonna go ahead and move the Tesha runes back to the Kali. She still have artifacts now. So we'll do this. Alexander, this is just for fun. So, I mean, we're just messing around. I don't really care, so I don't think I can improve. I've finished G2 most special leagues, but special league you need top 100 to reach G3. If you really want to go for G3, you've got to go in from day one with a plan. And I was burnt out. I don't have a lot of time, so we have. My fiance's daughter is with us for 2 weeks, and I haven't really had time to like go through and ruin the whole box and do all that stuff. I really haven't been playing. And so if that was like my goal was to make G3, I was going to need to dedicate a lot of hours that I didn't have. So instead I thought we would just do some fun content and screw around for my last couple of YouTube streams. Could I beat Obabo? I have beaten Obabo before. I'm not gonna like beat Obabo consistently. He's crazy fast and he's a top, he's top 50 player. I have beaten him in RTA before, but my win rate against him is like 20% or something. He'll win, and it's a legit 20%, no luck sacks there. Like, there's a couple of top players that I would tell you I should have won more matches than I have or whatever, but when I faced Obabo, typically he just outspeeds me and controls me. And I'm not runed properly to deal with that, and I don't know, his Vio is faster than mine for sure. And I think his Swift is deeper than mine, so like my fastest Swift set is probably about the same as his, maybe even 1 or 2 speed faster, maybe not, I don't know. Probably not. He's really fast. But, you know, I'm maybe somewhere around him with my first Swift set. But then he's super deep, and I'm not. I have a couple of good Swift sets, and that's it. And his Vio is definitely faster than mine. Like, I think the Escher, it was a quick build, right? So I could maybe squeeze in a couple more speed, but this is somewhere around my fastest Vio, right? We can do this, but then if we're just counting fastest Vio and not talking about, like, you know, who it's on, right? So obviously, because like the double attack makes no sense for Escher, this is probably about my fastest Vio build. So Alexander, I am going to do a video on that. I've got a bunch of videos in the works. I was waiting for the move to Twitch so that I wouldn't have them all mixed up with streams, right? I'm gonna do a video on talking about artifact farming in the meantime. Message me in Discord and I can send you a little list with 8 bullet points that summarizes everything about artifact farming. Yeah, I mean, you can go Swift on Escher, you can go Vio. I just threw that on there to demonstrate what my fastest Vio was, honestly. But I do kind of like the Escher on Vio because people play him as Swift. I feel like usually you're going to do better putting sets that people don't expect in places they don't expect them. But yeah, so here you go. This is Vio Will plus 193. This is, actually, you know what could we do? Well, this would be slower, but this would be a better set. So I could do plus 181 here. But yeah, I mean, basically that's it. So I can do a 193 Vio Will set. Obabo's faster than that, and he's deeper than that. Yeah, it's good. I mean, Frozar, so I did all these builds in like 10 seconds on stream. Honestly, bro, it's like, we're just messing around and having fun, so it was all just super fast builds.
Good old fade out.
That was, yeah. Sorry, I was like, what is he trying to do?
With some ack. Yeah, it's better because we don't lose speed, right? That looks fine. Not that we're likely to use him, but it's a good idea just to have a Rune on him. Okay, so who did we say we were doing the team around? Wendy. That's right, we're gonna do Wendy. What up, Fallen? How you doing, man? Wendy and Huadam, those are the two I need to pull in. Let's go Super Troll here. Do triple revenge there. Do the same thing here. That's fine. All right, so Wendy, Huadam, Lulu, Carlos Nana, something like that. Let's see how it plays out. Yeah, Jack, I've been playing for 4 years. Obabo's probably a day one player. I don't know for sure. I don't know Obabo. I don't know a whole lot about him. I know I've matched him a couple of times and I've seen a couple of his videos. Fallen drop in the member chat. Member for 14 months says, do you think they will ever do an Iris HOH? I think it's possible. I don't think she's like first up in the list, but I do think it's possible. I think it could happen. So we have 3 triple revenge units plus the Kinky here. That's actually kind of a funny draft. We should have a better force band than the Lulu, but this is kind of interesting. We get crit right there. This is interesting. We're gonna get wrecked. We're absolutely gonna get wrecked, but it is funny. Never mind, he'll just stun everything. That more stun was troll, man. That more stun was super troll. The S1 stun onto the freaking bird. Yeah, Sillin would be interesting here. We could throw a Sillin in. It needs more sustain though. It really does need more sustain. Swap the Verd for a Sillin maybe. Yeah, he just doesn't miss. Alright. Yeah, let's throw in the Sillin. Really? They added like monster search by name and I don't even know where. Like I don't even know which menu it's in. It's in none of the menus that I use. That's what I know. None of the places where I need to look for monsters can I search by name. Yeah, Wind Robo, and rather than nerfing Wind Robo, they just buffed more, which I thought was a bad decision. They just forced the game even more into turn 1, but. So that's 71 plus 16, 87. So we only need 13 more. Okay. Oh, there it is. That's max. Let's go energy maybe? No, it's gonna be something better. What makes sense for his offset? Focus? Yeah, we can do focus. Actually, let's just see what has the most HP on slot 5 on the account. Well, let's do will. How much HP is there? 33? 25? That's only 4 res, right? So we go, oh, what did I do? I did a defense rune by mistake, okay. Yeah, there we go. That should work. So 90, and we'll get 10 more. That's a perfect 100. Despair will. That looks good. There we go. That's fine. Yeah, I like the idea of the Asylin here. I actually think I might just first pick the Asylin. I know we're supposed to do the Wendy showcase, but I might first pick Asylin. What up, Porch? How you doing, man? I don't think there's enough. This doesn't have enough win potential. There has to be some sort of sustain here. What is a good deal to go to? Oh, I think you mean guild. A good guild to go to if you're trying to build up for Siege and you have been playing for a while. Okay, yeah, you said you meant guild. That's kind of like a generalized question. Like, I would say, whatever rank your guild is, here's a good way to do it. Whatever rank your guild is, find a guild that's about 500 ranks ahead of your guild, and then see how you compete there. And then if you do well, move up another 500 ranks and see how you compete until you get up to like the G2 range, and then you just try and move up like 25 ranks at a time. It's a huge difference though. The further up you go, the bigger the difference becomes. Yeah, we lost that easily. He had no problems with that one. Probably should have banned the Lulu. Alright, we're going to drop the Wendy idea because I think this team becomes much better with Triana. Yeah, he's got too much healing. There's no way. We're going to drop the Wendy and bring in Triana. Well, yeah, no, Triana Huadam is the common pairing. The point was, though, that I was trying to, like, do something with Wendy, but, yeah. No. He's OP in Siege, but he is not really an RTA unit. So... let's see. Huadam, we'll leave him how he is. You probably should move him to Despair, but we'll leave him how he is. The Triana, we're going to go... You know what? Can I load my crit damage? Let's do the crit damage Triana. I've got a good crit damage Triana. I don't know which one she's on, so let's see. One, two, three, four, five. 6, 4, 3, 3. Okay. I mean, I don't know that there's any difference in saving or not saving, but I am not a person who can save, so I do not save. No, I just don't have the patience. Wait, that's resistance. That's the wrong Triana. Rip. I need the crit damage Triana. Alright, we'll just use that one. Who cares? Also probably really need the Escher, to be fair. And then if I take the Escher, I could take the Nikki. I don't think Nikki's Rune, though. Escher Nikki would make this team interesting, but... Alright, let's go Escher... Let's try Escher Hodam. We could try the Kraka here. I think you could say it either way, Porch. I think you could just say it either way. Let's just see what happens here. The test is going to be a problem. I honestly don't know, Porch. I have not been very available the last few weeks. Yeah, I honestly don't know. I just don't know. So with the holidays going on and with us having Laura's daughter here, I just have not been keeping up or haven't been around much in general. Dude, 11.5/5s is pretty OP. Yeah, sure. Dude, I thought I was fine. I shouldn't have used the S3, I think. Those stuns, man. Those stuns get you. I mean, I did get 2 stuns on the 2. I stunned the Tessarian 2 out of 3, but for being on Strip into Despair, you would kind of like to have seen more stuns, I guess. I don't know. You would have liked to have seen it. It doesn't mean you would. I guess I stunned 2 out of 9. I mean, that's rates, so it's fair enough. Dude, good luck. Congrats on the 300 trans pieces still. Style. Does he have crit rate? A little bit. How did the Carlos gain so much attack bar? Why was Kali not in front of him? Do I have Nemesis on the Carlos or something? Oh, she didn't kill? Wow! Okay, can we kill? Because if not, we lost. Nope, we cannot kill. Holy crap. How did she not kill that ragdoll with attack buff? Did I don't think I missed the crit either. Did I miss the crit? Oh, well, he's got no damage. Never mind. He just, like, legit did no damage right there. Does Kali die here? I think she does. Oh, no. Wait. Never mind. She wasn't there yet. So she definitely dies now. Yeah, the Usher kills. So Style, I've got a bunch of Siege videos on my channel. You can just search for Siege. Alright, I think we're going to do one last team after this one. The Wendy didn't really pan out. I'll put some thought into it. I'm going to pick the monsters for this team this time. Leaning towards... I'm leaning towards going back to the Ogiuki, but doing a different cleave. We'll take a look, though. You know what? Actually, we could try a Clara Van Cliff thing. That's 9. I don't know. Would that be too much? The cycling on that Mina is brutal, but nothing has will. Do one of those long cycle teams. The Raccoony there is actually going to help him a lot against this Ascillin. Really? Really? Seriously? Max res and everything, man.
Stuff right now.
Pass this one. All right. What team do we want to do? I think we want to do something around an LD5. That's the correct way to do it. So we could do Kraka, Nikki. We could do a Pontos, Nikki, plus some 3 stars. We definitely want to bring back the Mina. We definitely want to bring back the Mina. I think we can drop... Can we drop the Kono? Alright, here's what we're going to do, guys. I'm going to take a quick restroom break, and I'm going to think about which team we want to bring back. I'm leaning towards doing something around Mina, because I can do a pretty crazy Mina. Iona's a possibility. Jack, that's a long story. I'm going to run to the restroom break, and then I will tell you that story. So I'll be right back, guys. I'll be right back. How did you know it was a band camp, Bronson? All right. Let's see here. Good 2 and 3 star Second Awakens. We could do an Inagami team. Oh. Why was... How did it just like turn around all of a sudden? Oh, I never noticed that before. Okay, interesting. This guy is the 115 base. We could do a Bernard. Do something with the water puppeteer. Okay, I think Tableau, we're gonna bring back the Tableau. Tableau, Mina, Escher, Vigor, and then just 2 nat 5s, right? I need one more 3 star in there because the Escher, Vigor get contested a lot. Tableau Mina, Escher Vigor, Spectra Rauk. Oh, you know what? I just 2-8 her, right? What about Iselia? She's a hassle. I do need another speed lead in there. It'd be nice if I could do the speed lead off the 3-star, right? That's guild only. Fran's a little slow. Walker's is light only. Jack, I have a full video of it, bro. I'll show you the team, but I have a full video of it. It's called Building Solo R5. About Jansen. It's only 10%. Let's try the Iselia. She's really annoying. Iselia. Okay, so we go Tableau, Mina, Escher, Iselia. Now we want to do LD5 abuse. We do Volantis. But I need a speed lead. So Pontos has to be in there, right? We do Pontos. Because he's my only LD5 speed lead. What about Julienne? No, we want to do more. Because more is what counters me pretty badly. So if we do more, so we do Volantis, Pontos, more. That should work. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. Lulu's not going to get drafted, so we'll just throw these back over here. Take out Wendy and Triana and a Sillin. We'll leave the Ongi and give him new runes. Actually, we'll give the Nikki new runes also. Nikki's really good. Nikki might be... I think if I had to rank my LD5s in order of, let's say, best for me. Not necessarily best, but best for me. Julianne would be number 1. Nikki would be 2. Lima would be 3. I think we can get rid of the Carlos as well. I do plan to do stuff with Carlos next season. Yeah, when the actual RTA season starts, I plan to do some stuff with Carlos. Okay, then we can de-rune this Kali also. Oh, and this Kabila. So Lima and Nikki need runes. Ongi needs runes. Okay, so we need Tableau Mina. Azalea. Volantis and more. Tableau, I need Tableau and Volantis from here. And I need more. I need more, guys! I need more. There. Okay. That's slow. Let's do this instead. That seems okay. That should be a decent more, right? Not so great against, like... Yeah, it should be decent. So what do we have? 215 by speed, 11 by attack. The attack's kind of low, but that's fine. Nice, Thomas. Yeah, Moore is one of the few monsters that I did well against last season. Well, not one of the few CC monsters I did well against last season, and that was because specifically of having the Volantis. Actually, let's give him the Juno runes. That's kind of low. Okay. That's fine. Oh, yeah, that's fine. It's slow, but it's fine. Okay. As far as the Swift goes, we'll give Tableau the third Swift. Mina's gonna get the best. In RTA, I probably would not use Felleria, but in Special League, I definitely would and have before. The one place where you can use... so, Thomas, you're welcome to hell? Bro, I know you. Like, I recognize you. We matched up a bunch of times last season then. That's cool, man. That's cool. I actually recognize... we must have matched up like 5 or 6 times last season. A bunch early season, nothing in the middle, and then a little bit, like 1 or 2 times late, I think. If you have a team failing Dragons B8, do you think I need better runes from Giants or farm Dragons B7? Reaper Rose, that's a really hard question to answer specifically, but in a very generalized sense, I would say the first thing to do is check the monsters that you're using. The second thing is to check the... check the balance of your team. Make sure that you have enough sustain, stuff like that. And then if you're dying, check where you're dying. Like, are you dying on the boss? Are you dying on the third wave? If you're dying before you get to the boss, then there's a chance your monsters just need more HP and more sustain, even if it means the runs are slower. If you're dying at the boss, then you may need more damage, or you may need to add a stripper or a cleanser, something like that. All right, let's give second best Swift to Tableau, or to Escher, right? So we'll go like this. Give him Destroy. You know, actually, let's do it like that. We'll give him Will. That's fine. 90 res is fine. Let's do it like that though. Yeah, there we go. Team 1 inner server? Yeah, I'll actually probably rush on Twitch because it's a week after this one, right? So I should be free as long as we have another week. I should be able to rush on Twitch. Yeah, we have 2 weeks left, so I'll probably rush on Twitch and I'll go for Team 1. All right, what else did we need? We did Pontos, we did Volantis, Iselia. We need to do the Iselia. We do her Swift or Despair. I've never used her before. Yeah, let's do her Despair. She's gonna be slow. She's gonna be really slow. That's fine. I don't think we're going to use her that often. I just need a 3-star that I can draft if she gets taken, so I guess it's fine. What up, Daryl? How you doing, man? Yeah, Solo R5 is a complicated team to build. It is a really complex team to build. Wow, where'd all the res come from? Oh, there. Okay. There we go. That's better. Still 45. Is it a Nate's? Yeah. There we go. That's better. Waste not, want not. Okay. 12 wasted. It's from there. Okay, that's fine then. Today I'm teaching you how to completely screw around. Like, that's it. Legitimately, I'm just completely screwing around and just having fun. I built a bunch of different teams on stream and I'm just messing around. Way too much crit rate. Way too much crit rate. Let's do that. How do I get rid of all this crit rate? There's 4 there. It's this one. Alright. I guess we gotta just do speed over attack. Now we really actually need more HP too. Oh, that's not bad. Gets the crit rate down a little bit more too. Okay. Skill 2 accuracy. There we go. That's better. That'll work. So Style, I did Twitch a long time ago, but for only a very short while. Like really, I did Twitch for about 3-4 weeks, and although I liked it, there was a lot of good stuff about Twitch, but at the end of the day, a lot of people were asking me to come back to YouTube, and there were other reasons for me to come back to YouTube as well. So I did come back to YouTube, but, and I explained this earlier on stream, what happens is if you stream and do videos on YouTube both, eventually you start to get penalized in the YouTube algorithm. And so as a result, I kind of got discouraged from doing videos, and ultimately I decided that I would go back to Twitch so that I could start doing videos again. So the Twitch streams are going to be small at first because I wasn't there for very long, but hopefully we'll start to pick up steam. And I mean, the biggest thing about the streams is the more people we have, the more interaction we have, the more fun they tend to be, because I stream because I love to interact with the community. I know today I've been a little bit more focused overall on some of the team building and stuff, but I almost feel like I could above this, but can I try Zuka this? Yuki? No, Julianne. There we go. Julianne. Let's try the Julianne. Oh, you know what? What's her name? Nikki would have been good here too. Nikki would have been real good here. But still, as long as we kill the Lauren, we're fine. So probably just ban Triana and kill Lauren. Does he ban Pontos? I think I still have to do this. He may ban Pontos. Nope. Perfect. Well, that Moore's going to have to strip a lot of buffs to set up the Dominic. I don't know if that was the right play or not. Maybe I should have just gone S1 on the Dom. Nope, it was the right play. Worked out. Sweet. Raider, so Ken is really helpful there because of the attack bar absorb. If you're not familiar with it, Ken is also Shadow Claw, which is a free-to-play monster that you can get out of the Ancient Coin Shop. Halea could replace one of the other branders, but Halea's, her AI is really bad. And the Ken attack bar absorb and the fact that he hits twice is really helpful. So I would use her to replace a different brander, even though she's got bad AI. I think you'd get away with it. But I would be really cautious to replace her with the Ken. It might work. Like, I don't honestly know. It might work, but it might not work. That's just kind of where it is. Reaper Rose, as an early game player, honestly, I would probably stick to level 3 because you can basically throw any random monsters in level 3, and the really nice thing is, it's for artifacts and runes are different. Like, runes kind of just have to be 6-star. For artifacts, the white ones are a lot cheaper on mana, so even though the game gives you a lot of mana early in the game, you will find that you start to run out of it very quickly, and it's just helpful. It's just helpful to have that extra mana once you get past early in the game. So, yeah, I would definitely suggest just trying to stay to the lower ones because the stats on artifacts, like, you do need to start artifact farming fairly early in the game but the stats on artifacts like super early in the game, sorry, the sub-properties on artifacts are not nearly as important as just getting the stats are, honestly. So Raider, then I would just say try it. Like, you have nothing to lose by trying it. That's the nice thing. You never have anything to lose by trying it. Huh. Revenge. Robo solo, guys! Robo solo! Here it comes. This Robo is going to solo me. Then we're going to talk about the true OP power of Wind Robo. Alright, maybe not. Yeah, Reaper, I would say that's definitely early game. That's definitely early game. $500 to see the Robo solo. I would prefer not to see the Robo solo, you know? I mean, actually, I really don't care. I really don't care. I'll mess around for a few more days and then I'll just push up. I'll probably just sit at G1 at the end of season. Like, I don't think I have the time or energy to try and build a team that can push up into G2. Because it does get tougher. Like, here, I can just kind of mess around at this stage, but as soon as you get to G1, it does get tougher. My only remaining 3-star is Azalea, right? Because he got both of the werewolves, and she's not ruined. You know what, Daryl? There was a little while where I kept trying to push into G3, kept trying to push into G3. Season before last, I finished rank 340. I don't know. The thing is, like, so let's say I finished rank 340. That was my best finish, right? In a rank 340 finish, that means there's 340 people ahead of you. Basic math, pretty obvious. Of those 340 people, probably over half have Ragdoll, Gianna, or both. And then the other another half of the remaining half are just much faster than me or have better runes. And then the remaining half are just people who play better than me. Every way you split it, though, I feel like if I pulled a Ragdoll or a Gianna, I could probably sneak into G3. I don't think I could sneak into the top 100. Maybe if I pulled both Ragdoll and Gianna, I don't know. But there's a lot of people who are simply better than me, and then there's a lot of people who have Ragdoll and Gianna. And I mean, honestly, that's kind of what it amounts to, is I have to deal with those two issues. And yeah, I don't have the Ragdoll Gianna. It's not likely I'm going to pull one. And without them, I mean, I guess the other argument is I actually have some pretty good LP5s, right? I could try to like use them more, and I'm probably just too stubborn. I just don't enjoy that play style. So I mean, I could try to build an Ongiyuki Cleave, or I could try to build a, you know, I could build the Ongiyuki Cleave, I could build something more around Volantis, but at that point I'm probably too slow, honestly. Like, maybe, again, to sneak into the top 300, yeah, I could probably do that. But to try and get to an SWC level, I'm probably too slow. my top end might be fast enough, but my depth for speed, like, I have some crazy rune depth, don't get me wrong, but I don't necessarily have crazy rune depth for speed. I drop off pretty quick. I don't think I can kill this Juno in time. Let's do that. I think I actually have to go Juno here, and she counters. Of course she counters. Why wouldn't she counter? Why wouldn't she counter and stun? Why not? Yeah, he wins. Do I think Naomi could replace Ken? So again, like I said, it's the only way to know is to test. Honestly, the only way to know is to test. Yeah, so the thing is, she's not 100% activation rate. I don't know, it's weird. Every time I've ever tested her, I always felt like she was a little bit lacking, but yeah, so it's one of those things in theory, yeah, she should work. And honestly, in theory, like the team that I built, it's basically built on redundancies because there's, so like the idea of the team is just to have lots of redundancies for brand and defense break so that if one thing derps, another thing goes. Daryl, I have no problem abusing LDs. If I had Ragdoll, he would be in every single freaking draft. Like, seriously, if I had Ragdoll, he would be in every single draft. Even when he didn't make any sense, probably for the first week. Then I would start to draft him intelligently. I don't like fast matches because I feel like they tend to have less strategy. What I really enjoy about this game is the strategic play within the draft and the strategic play within the match. And you don't get that. There's a lot. I don't want to diminish anybody who plays turn one, who plays CC, because they're playing what the game has given them as the biggest advantage, right? But at the end of the day, those matches, they come down more to your preparation. Like, how well you have prepared for those drafts, and then maybe the occasional pivot, but you play a much smaller box, and you use fewer runes, you use fewer monsters, and they're more about how well you've actually prepared than they are about how well you do during the draft and how well you do in the gameplay. And that makes it less fun for me. So honestly, that's the real thing. It's just less fun for me to play that style, and so I don't, and I handicap myself that way, and I know that I handicap myself that way, but I do handicap myself that way. Because when I play the other way, I just don't enjoy it. Like last season, I played a lot more turn one, I played a lot of Volantis, and I finished G1, and I finished G1 in large part because like I didn't do wings for the last 2 weeks. I was just not enjoying the season. I started an alt. I did a lot of stuff, like I don't know, I wasn't enjoying the play style, and so I wasn't encouraged to play. Wow, that was so freaking toxic. Dude, and are you kidding me? What? Tara's taken 4 out of 5 turns. Oh, nothing but strategy here, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I love. The strategy of Antara's taking every turn. That's what I love, man. Antara's just going. That's how you do it. Yeah. See what I mean? Pure strategy. Now, to be fair, had I put up the, had I not gone for the silence, had I put up the Volantis, so this was a failing of strategy. Had I put up the Pontos invincibility, all those Antara's turns mean nothing, and he burns a lot of procs. So I misplayed that. I went for the silence, and I should have just gone for the invincibility. Raider, it can be done without any one monster, man. Honestly, it can be done. Like, I don't want to discourage you. It 100% can be done without any one specific monster. It's just, like I said, it's really just a matter of testing, bro. Seriously. But yeah, don't be discouraged by it or anything. Actually, we can Volantis this, right? Yeah, we can Volantis this. Carlos has no runes, right? Oh yeah, now we can definitely Volantis. Let's do that. Yeah, so Wojo, we have to agree to disagree. Violent procs suck, I'm not gonna lie. The reason violent procs exist is to counter turn 1, though. And it is very untrue that anybody can rune 6 to... If you're playing turn 2, you 100% cannot do it with 6 to 8 monsters, because you have no way to defend against CC otherwise. Turn 2 requires a much, much deeper box. But yeah, I mean, I said, I'm not trying to offer offense to anybody who plays any specific turn style. You have Gianna, so that's definitely guided you towards being a turn 1 player. I'm only talking about myself at this point. I just simply don't enjoy the turn 1 play style. That's definitely just my personal preference. Like I said, I'm not trying to troll or talk down anybody's play style. I don't enjoy it, man. And so like last season when I tried to do it, it just wasn't fun, and I became very bored and didn't even do my wings, and like I basically did no wings the last 2 weeks and just tried to rush into G2 the last day and wasn't able to. Which is fine, that's on me. Like I'm saying, I didn't get there. But it was more like I legitimately didn't even care. I wasn't even like disappointed. I was just like whatever kind of. And it was because I had spent the whole season playing turn 1. So Wojo, I would also debate that, but one of the things to keep in mind, huge things to keep in mind with SWC, because the players get to prepare for each other in advance, and they're not just building teams that are broad and meant for going into the queue, it does change the strategy a lot. The other thing is that most SWC players have a lot of different LDs, and a lot of the LDs are what are able to help you against cleaves. But while you can say most SWC, you can say there's less cleave in SWC, you can also say that the vast majority of people who reach G3 play turn 1. The vast majority of people who reach G2 play turn 1. G1, mostly turn 1 players. C3 and C2 is absolutely nothing but CC. The vast majority of RTA players is turn 1 and CC. So if turn 2 was superior, and if Vioprocs were really all that mattered, then more people would play turn 2. No, it's not cleaving. You don't see much cleave in Guardian, but you see almost 80%, 75% CC. It's just all CC. I can't use... I don't know, Wojo. You can go watch 500 of my replays, and I definitely did not see 400, 300, 200, or even 100 turn 2 teams. Yeah, a lot of it is the pivot. If you play turn 1, you see more people try and defend against you with turn 2. If you play turn 2, you see more people try and CC you. That is the unfortunate truth of it. But again, I wasn't making a comment about in this particular instance. I wasn't really trying to open the door on like what is Summoner's War, what is the playstyle, any of that. I was literally just talking about my own personal preferences in the game and why I don't use. It just so happens that the majority of my LDs are really designed for cleave. Or for CC, or for, actually they're not even that much for CC, but I have like 4 LD5 strippers. Like a lot of my LDs are just really meant to be for turn 1 play, and I don't enjoy turn 1 play. So the point here was more like, I don't use my LDs that way, and it has nothing to do with not wanting to abuse LDs and everything to do with just not enjoying that play style. That's really more, that's what I was really talking about, is I don't enjoy that playstyle. I'm never going to use Laura. I'm never going to use Wunsa. Nobody's ever going to use Van Cliff. He just sucks. But he is meant to be a turn 1 monster, right? No, Jack, my highest finish is G2. Rank 342 is my highest finish. Proc! Nope. Vigor dies here and I lose. Oh, he should have gone for the Vigor. It worked out for him, but he should have gone for the Vigor. It's hard to know that for sure, Jack. So you can't just completely play I mean, like, you can't just assume that you're going to play a completely different play style that you've never played before and that you're just going to waltz in and beat a bunch of people who have always played that play style, right? So no, I'm not even gonna try and say like, oh, if I went out and played turn 1, I would finish G3 or anything. But I think if I wanted to take more advantage of the LD5s I have that have the highest win rates, which are Ongyuki and Volantis, I would be required to go out and play turn 1, and then I would have to get better at that play style, which again, I know some people disagree, but to me it's more about the preparation than it is specifically, and the drafting does matter. Knowing how and when to pivot matters a lot, but the actual gameplay does not matter a lot because you're mostly just spamming the same skills because you're playing really kind of a set comp. So I lose that gameplay element, which is the part that I enjoy the most. I think this Vigor does not have a damage build, so that puts me in a bad spot here. Yeah, so Wojo, for the most part, like, you've seen me do RTA enough. If I proc a lot, I'll sit there and say, oh, I luck-sacked. If they proc a lot, I'll say they luck-sacked me. But the reality here is that there's no difference between hoping to make your accuracy checks or miss your accuracy checks or procking. It's literally both percentages. So it's just a personal preference. You prefer to sit there and cross your fingers that you're going to land the accuracy resistance check. I prefer to cross my fingers that the other person's not going to proc. RNG exists in the game. It just sucks. It's necessary. It's a necessary evil. There's more RNG than there should be in the game. But it does remain a necessary evil for the game, right? But at the end of the day, we're both concerned with some form of RNG. You're concerned with violent procs, I'm concerned with accuracy resistance checks. Either way, there's no difference. Like, seriously, I played so much turn 1 last season, and it was the same thing. It was no different getting screwed by an accuracy resistance check than it was getting screwed by a violent proc. You get screwed by RNG either way, and what you have to do is look at it in a macro perspective. There's so much RNG in this game, it's like poker. Every single draft is literally just about trying to create percentage advantages to you and then hoping that after you play enough wings, things regress to the statistical mean. I mean, realistically, like, my win rate is virtually the same every season. I think most players' win rates tend to be the same every season. We tend to have similar finishes. So as frustrating as the RNG definitely is at times, playing 1,500 or 1,000 wings does tend to even it out. It's just the tilt in the moment. Yeah, but I mean, so Dai said earlier, taking extra turns in a turn-based game is a huge advantage. I would say I've played tons of turn-based games where you would go one person goes, then the other person goes. So a turn-based game, turn-based strategy can vary. Like, not every turn-based game has the exact same style. So in this particular turn-based game, taking more turns than your opponent because speed is an element of that turn base is a really big deal. But that necessitates CC, and then CC matches are just not fun because one person's not playing. Whoever's faster plays, and the other person sits there and just prays for an accuracy resistance check. If there was no Vio, then the game would be 100% about whoever's fastest. Vio is the only way to defend against speed. That's why I say it's a necessary evil. I feel like I meant to ban the Leo and lost my focus somewhere. I need to go back and see what I banned, but I feel like I meant to ban the Leo and I lost my focus. I'm not positive though. I don't remember what I banned now. Either way, I'm gonna get wrecked here. See, accuracy resistance checks to me are the worst part of this game by a mile. I've said it many times, I wish we could go to 200 resistance. I feel about accuracy resistance the way you feel about bio. It's really that simple. I wish accuracy resistance didn't exist in this game, but I'll also admit that it's a necessary evil. That's why I like the option of saying 200 accuracy res would be the way to go. Because if you do have that ability to do like a 200 resistance, you sacrifice a ton of stats to get there, but you give yourself a way to actually defend against something that otherwise you could not defend against. But yeah, I mean, this game to me would be so much more fun without accuracy resistance. To you, it would be more fun without bio, and that's everybody's got a different preference. That's why I said I'm not trying. It's actually not the basis for all turn-based games. Definitely not. It's the basis for a subgenre of turn-based games. But there's another subgenre of turn-based games that's based off the card MTG style, and there's no accuracy resistance in there. It's all check, counter check. So he's banning Pontos. He's not banning Pontos. Interesting. And I would also say it's definitely not a level playing field because, I mean, at the end of the day, it's like whoever is fastest will always win. And then that might be a level playing field if you have two people who have been playing this game for a long time and you're just talking about, yeah, it's not really a level playing field because there's no way that they would ever get new players into the game. I'm not saying that, I'm not talking about a majority, a minority, I'm just saying that not all of them have accuracy resistance bases. But yeah, it's, I mean, think about it and seriously think about it. And tell me if you think Summoner's War could survive if Violent Runes were gone. I don't think so. I think Summoner's War would be a dead game within a year. As much as we all hate Violent Runes, myself included, Violent totally lacks balance. I am not defending the balance in the game. I have said many times the issue with Violent Runes for me is that they affect cooldowns because Violent is the counter to Control and it has to exist, but it shouldn't affect cooldowns and it shouldn't activate passives. For me, that's the fix. So if we got rid of Violent affecting cooldowns and activating passives, except when you proc out of Control, then Violent would be more balanced. You would have no more infinite turns from Gianna. You would have no more Vertihile giving 80% attack bar. There's so many different things that would be fixed if Violent just did. You wouldn't have Shizuka taking an infinite number of S3s. All of those issues, all of the things that frustrate us with Violent, those are all a result of monster skills being cooled down by Violent procs. They're not a result of monsters taking extra turns. That's a big difference. But, I mean, if Violent Runes were gone, there would be no viable siege defense. There would be no viable way to defend. Like Ganny, think about in the old days of Ganny Hathor, right? I mean, just like nothing. You couldn't. Yeah, there'd just be nothing. There would just be nothing. There would be no way to defend against anything that was Swift. That's all it is everything Swift would just win automatically. Whoever's fastest wins, and the rest of the game doesn't exist. Like right there. That Praha, guarantee you she's not max accuracy, 100% guarantee you that. And I also know that she's only a 90% activation rate, and yet she landed everything, including on my max res Pontos. How is that any worse than my Pontos proccing? Like it's no different. It's all RNG based. Yeah, see, Wojo, you have no idea how strongly I can disagree with that. You have no idea how that honestly frustrates me to say you can put 6 or 8 monsters on Vio. And it's also not sacking. You're playing 22%. It's no different than playing accuracy resistance check. But there's a serious accuracy issue in that statement. If you want to say you can run entire teams on Vio and you can make it to G1, that's fine. But the reality is that there's 500,000 people, and a lot of them are running Swift, and the rest of them are running Vio. So if there's 3,000 people who made it to G1, what about all the other people running Vio who didn't make it to G1? That's where that statement frustrates me, because it's not about just putting 6 or 8 monsters on Vio. That's not possible. It is possible to say, yeah, you put a lot of monsters on Vio. Like, it's possible to say, yes, some players run Vio, some players run Swift, some players run Despair, and a mixture will get you there. But to say 6 to 8 monsters, nobody can run a team of 6 to 8 monsters unless they have a busted LD5. And even then, no player can run a team of 6 monsters because your monsters get taken out of the draft. The minimum anybody could ever run is 10, and that's only if you have a busted LD5. And then it's not the Violent Runes that's carrying you there, it's the busted LD5. But when you're saying you can make it to Guardian on just putting Violent Runes on your monsters, I guarantee you that's not the case. Yeah, but how many wings does she do? So the thing is, your win rate will always be higher if you push up to your top rank and do fewer wings. The more wings you do, yeah, so that's exactly it. She has a really high win rate because she does fewer wings. Win rate doesn't equalize until you get to... Win rate doesn't really start to equalize until you get to a point in the game where your competition is equal to you. So she has a high win rate because she doesn't do many wings. I mean, my first 20 wings every season, I'm like 19-1. If I just stopped right there, I'd be 95% win rate. Usually I push into G2, I have a 65% win rate, and then I reach my peak. I think this season I was 70-something% win rate when I first hit G2. I finished the season at 54 like I finish every season because I did a lot of wings against equal competition. My win rate is much higher until I get to my peak. Yeah, she runs 6 to 8 monsters on Vio, no problem, but she doesn't finish Guardian. So there's a difference between saying you can run a small team and make Conqueror if you have much better runes, which isn't about the Vio, it's about the runes. There's a difference between saying that you can make Conqueror and saying you can make it into the top 3,000 players. Well, I don't know what to say to that then. Because I guarantee you, I had plenty of seasons where I did 2,000 wings and I didn't make Guardian. It didn't come overnight. No. There are plenty of seasons where I tried my hardest. I didn't do a lot of wings on stream. It's just, it's not an easy thing. It's not an easy thing because you're fighting against other people who are also good players, who are also running Vio. So, I mean, that's the thing, is if all you had to do was run 6 monsters and put it on Vio, then... Yeah, I'm just saying, it's not like you're the only person on Vio. When you're running Vio monsters, you're not the only one using Vio. Both sides have Vio. And so if you're saying you're just hoping to be the one that procs the most, like, no, I think I rate myself pretty fairly. I think I'm a G2 player. And I tried really hard to make it into G3, but I'll tell you what, it took me a long time to get to G2. I learned more every season. I think I'm a G2 player. I think I'm probably around the cap of where I can get. I may eventually sneak into G3 once, but on a consistent basis, if we played 100 seasons, I'd probably finish G2 90 times. I'd probably finish G1 8 times, and maybe I could get to G3 a couple of times. And that's not anything to be... It's frustrating to me because I've spent so much time trying to get there, so it's like... But At the same time, to say that you're in the top 500 players is nothing to be, it's nothing to be ashamed of. I have depth. I don't have the speed jack. Honestly, like, if you go watch, like, I don't know if, like, because I'm in a guild that's trying to push for legend, right? So I've seen data on other players' runes. I have really good runes. I have really good, really efficient runes. But I am probably about 5 to 7% efficiency on my average build, at least lower than the top three players. So the thing is, typically there's a sliding scale where when you use your faster runes, you tend to give up some efficiency, right? Because your fastest runes are not always your most efficient runes. So my RTA builds tend to come in like maybe 5 to 7% efficiency less than, let's say, my siege builds where you can run with a slower build. So when you see the top players, you see people that are running 120% efficiency sets at 290 or 280 speed Vio. That's not something that I can get to. I can run a 280, 290 Vio, or I can run 120% efficiency, but I cannot do both. I can maybe get to 107% efficiency, and then I can only do a couple of those 290 sets. Now that's really comparing to the SWC guys. Comparing to the guys who are on the fringe of G3 like myself, I think some of them have better monsters, some of them have better runes, some of them have more skill, but I think I'm on the fringe, but I don't really think like, I think I'm on the fringe. I think it's fair to say I'm on the fringe. I think with enough seasons I could get there. I need the right meta to come along too. I need a meta to play like that I'm comfortable in. Bro, congrats, Reaper. Gotta go here. He's gotta try and stun the tablet. It's the only choice. Never mind. Oh, that hurt. Good res, though. Josephine does need a lot of accuracy, by the way. Always want to put accuracy on your Josephine. I wanted to land that on the Miles. Really wanted to land that on the Miles. Can we stun her before she procs back? Never mind. Yeah, so I can tell you, you basically just listed like the core of a team that I've tried to run for the last couple of seasons, and that team is like nearly 0 win rate. I mean, like that team cannot survive. Anytime you first pick any of those monsters, it's almost a guaranteed loss. Once you reach the higher ranks, those monsters just have no chance. I feel like this Escher is missing a bio rune. I don't think he's procced in any fight yet. But yeah, you'll never take a turn. Like with that draft that you just listed, you'd have no way to ever take a turn. Oh, I put him on Swift, didn't I? I think the Escher needs to go bio. He's doing absolutely nothing on Swift. No, he's tuned. We'll do it. We don't care. I don't care. I'll leave him alone. Yeah, I'll tell you what, Wojo. Like honestly, just to prove the point, write down those monsters and remind me of this conversation, and then we'll go in next season once I push up to Guardian. We'll go in with those drafts, and you can watch. I'd be shocked if I won a single. If I won while I was in Guardian. Once I fell to C2, maybe I could win some just on rune quality. But like while I'm in Guardian and probably while I'm in C3, I'd be shocked if I won a single match on that draft. Now, once I got to C1, C2, I would just win it on rune quality or more likely opponent lack of artifact quality because they would stall out before they could kill me. But yeah, like in the early drafts, like while I'm in G1, G2, it'd be no way. Yeah, X, that's what I was saying earlier. It equalizes once you get up to your level of competition. Man, I was going to take that bird. My most efficient rune's around 125, 126. Does he have Ragdoll? No. Yeah, Wojo, that's artifacts right there. You literally just described it. That is a difference in artifacts. The higher up you go, the more, because those CC teams, they work based on artifact damage, which, like, seriously, that's artifacts. Like, exactly what you mentioned is literally just a question of artifacts. Man. Not enough. Okay. That hurt a lot. That despair stun was so huge. Yeah, but actually what I'm talking about on artifacts, it's there's a reason if you see somebody in C1 who has really good LDs or who has all the meta monsters and they're in C1, most of the time they're in C1 because they don't farm enough artifacts. It could be because their runes are bad or because they draft poorly, but most of the time if they're in C1, it's because they haven't farmed artifacts and they don't have enough damage to make the team work. Just having the monsters. Man, see that entire match right there, that was won on a 25% despair stun. The more single target despair stun the Nikki, and that was the entire match. More doesn't despair stun Nikki, Nikki cleanses, I win. So I mean, again, it just kind of comes back to it's RNG based, right? For that matter, I had a 50-50 chance to get the stun with the Tableau. If Tableau lands the 37% chance. Me going S2 with the Tableau was actually a bad play, to be fair. So I lost that on a bad play. I'm not used to using Tableau, and in retrospect, I'm like, yeah, I should have just taken the S3, or I should have actually just gone S1. Probably should have just gone S1. Let's do this, and get rid. I forgot that I really wanted this to be based around more. Completely forgot that. So if we go Ongiyuki, Verd, yeah, that should work. I completely forgot to draft them more. Double speed lead into Frigate Shimite. I think we do this. No, Wojo, man. I've seen a lot of people in C1 with OP LDs that just were in C1 because they needed to be in C1. No joke. No joke. Just either bad drafts or, yeah, it could be bad drafts, it could be bad runes, it could be bad artifacts, but again, there's 500,000 people playing. It's not easy to beat 500,000 people for whatever you're trying to do. Yeah, now in F3, that's different. In F3, those are bots farming. Not gonna lie. In F3, those are bots that are farming. In C1, it's different. The bots usually float around in F3. Jack, there's some bots that farm RTA wings. I don't even understand why they do it. It makes no sense to me, but they just spam the same comps over and over. They auto-ban the speed lead. It's basically, if you see a player with a Chinese flag and you're in Fighter 3 and they're like really strong, it's a bot. And I couldn't tell you why. I don't really understand. I don't think you get enough out of the RTA wings to make it worth running a bot, but it exists. It happens, unfortunately. I feel like, yeah, I got a violent proc there. It made no difference. It was 4v1, and the Wind Robo couldn't even stun the Ongyuki. Don't laugh. He listed it above. He said Molong, Bulwark, Wusa, Lulu, Dominic, Diana. Bro, Perk, congrats on the 31, man. That's awesome. Childiz, huge congrats on the Shan, man. He is really awesome. No will there. Ooh, 32. That'd be one of the fastest on my account. 34 would be faster. Huge grats. What? Oh, what was that counter? I was worried that Lauren was going to be on freaking... Man, I was worried that Lauren was going to be on Revenge. Bro, really? Really? You're going to do me like that? Yeah, Oliver's going to do Oliver things now. Should have banned the Oliver. I should have banned the Oliver. I knew I should have banned the Oliver. Yeah, it should have been. Too OP. Alright, we're out of wings. There we go. Yeah, Wojo, I get it, man. Sometimes you just hit massive burnout, too. I get it. I get it. I really do. I mean, that's why I started the alt. Honestly, I mean... I found the alt to be a lot more fun than I found the main last season. That's the real reason that I didn't do enough wings. Yeah, it might be worth it for you to like consider just go buy an LD starter account like a Kinky. I think Kinky would be a lot of fun as a Wrath, something like that. But just mess around with an alt, man. I really did have a lot of fun with the alt last season. Making it to C1, now granted I invested in the account, but making it to C1 in the first season was amazing. I'll probably, and then I gotta do an arena rush on it sometime soon, but yeah, it was fun. Well, there you go. Yeah, you're playing Alex's account, so you get some variety. But you've been playing the same, I mean, don't get me wrong, Gianna, obviously I think Gianna's OP, but you've been playing the same monster in the same style forever. Just a change of pace might be fun for you. Alright, so let me see here. We're gonna pull up swap and I'll figure out which rune is which. I don't know off the top of my head what your most efficient rune is, Perk. I don't think I've gotten anything better. I've had the same 124.7 as my best forever. Let's see. Oh, never mind. I think I just landed a new grind on this. 125.89. So that's my highest. 505. I don't think this is new. I think that's just, yeah, I think I just probably landed a new grind. I think it looks like I regemmed attack. I think that's what it is. So let's see. Most efficient rune overall is going to be... It says it's on Molong. 20% attack. Here it is. That's my most efficient rune. That's my most efficient overall rune. But it's 15 speed. So it's a rune that's not easy to actually use in RTA. It has crazy efficiency, but that's not the same thing. A G3 player would have this rune with this efficiency, I should say an SWC player, would have this rune with this efficiency, but the rolls would be mixed up so that the speed is like 28 and then the same efficiency. Now, if we took my most efficient fast rune, that is only via will, because that's all I really play. Vile Will and Swift, and some Revenge also. So yeah, we can go Vile Will, Swift, Revenge, right? So now we take my most efficient fast rune. I have a 26 speed rune, which is accuracy. So that's not bad. This would be, surprisingly, with the flat defense, this is still super efficient. Let's see, what's the next most efficient fast rune? There's a slot 1 Will. But even these are not crazy fast. These are only like 27 speed. You know, we're not at like any kind of 30 speed or even 28, 29 where it starts to get really... Yeah, so here we go. Revenge 4. So this is actually, this rune here is 118% efficiency. And we're talking about a Revenge rune at this point, and this is 118. If we want to just go via Will, we're talking about fast runes. There's a Will 6, another Will 6 accuracy that's 26 speed. As far as like something up in the 28 plus, let's see, there's a Will 3 that's 27 speed. So this one here is 116%. Let's see. So it's 2 rolls into defense, a low roll into HP, and then kind of lowish rolls into speed, and then gemmed in the attack. But yeah, I mean, I have G2 runes. I think that's pretty fair to say. I have G2 runes. I have a lot of LDs, but I have G2 LDs. And I probably have G2 ability. Like, and again, I don't necessarily, I'm not saying that is a bad thing, man. Honestly, it is hard to accept sometimes because you try so hard to get to G3. The last part's the hardest to accept, but I think it's fair. I think it's fair to say I have G2 runes, I have a G2 ability, and I have G2 LDs. I have a G3 box because I have practically all the monsters. But I have G2 ability, G2 runes, and G2 LDs, and then I just have a deeper box. Yeah, go for it, Jack. That's cool, Wojo. I have not tried. I have not tried Chronicles. I probably won't. It's just a time issue. I have still been messing with the alt on Summoner's War. Eventually, I'm probably going to give the alt to Laura. I do not know Curry, no. 34 HP, 26 defense, 25 attack, 15 speed. Dude, that is sick. See, that's a much better rune than mine, though, because the HP is the higher roll. So yeah, so I will say this, though, Left. The first season I ever finished G2, the fastest unit on my team was 230. Last season, I ran everything at 260. The first season I finished G2, the fastest unit on my team was 230. Yeah, see, the problem is resistance does nothing. At least I've tried all max res builds, and I can do really efficient max res builds, but they don't do anything to defend against CC. That's the biggest issue. Is there's really no way to offend. So as soon as I get because I've spent most of the last 4 seasons in G3, and then I drop out at the end. But I spend over half of every season in G3. Last season, I actually spent over half the season in the top 120. I was floating between rank 80 and 120 for like over a month. And as soon as you get into G3, like, so I use SW Arena to track my data. Early in the season, I faced Gianna in over 32% matches, I think it was. Like, that's, once you're in G3, every match is Gianna. And so it's so hard to defend, and then, you know, it's basically Oliver, Gianna, Chung Peng. That's all you see in every match. If you're a turn 2 player, all you're going to be doing is fighting Oliver, Gianna, Chung. And there's no way to defend against that as a turn 2 player, because all those monsters are going to be max accuracy, so resistance doesn't do anything, and you just can't get a turn if you don't try and contest speed or you don't have Ragdoll. Ragdoll will allow you to play turn 2. That, and maybe Tian Lang, and maybe this guy, Gurkha. Those are probably the only 3 monsters I can think of that would allow you to consistently play turn 2 in G3 range. I guess there might be some people who have found ways to do it using a mixture of like Sekhmet and stuff, but I don't know. I have not been able to figure out how to do it without having some more reliable way to cut. What up, Jaws? How you doing, man? So we're actually going to be wrapping up stream here in just a couple minutes, guys. I mentioned at the start that I did need to start a little bit earlier. Interesting, bro. I'd like to watch some of his matches then. I don't know how he did it. But that's what I said at the beginning. So G2 runes, G2 box, G2 skill. Because, you know, there's certainly people out there that can do it better than me, but I can tell you that I've tried for 7 seasons, and I have not found a way to counter CC when I run turn 2. I personally have not been able to do it. Certainly other people can, and that just means they've got more ability, but I cannot find a way to counter CC as a turn 2 player. Well, that is my preferred playstyle. I mean, that is literally my preferred playstyle. I just haven't been able to succeed with it at the higher Guardian levels. But yeah, I'll check it out. Curry SW. Yeah, I'll check it out. It'd be interesting to see. Curry S. It looks like Curry S. No. Riz Isaiah. Yeah, the real key, because so like here, I'll show you guys one more thing. My win rates really got jacked up towards the end of last season. I got sacked a lot on the last day. Let me see here. Can we pull up? Do I still have this set up? I can do it like this. I can do it like this. 1, screen 2, screen 3. There we go. Let me just clean that up for you guys a little bit. Let's see here. So we gotta cut the right by like 50, 70. There we go. And then just stretch that over. There we go. Okay, so here's SW Arena. I'll show you guys, let's see. So last season win rate, we're gonna drop this to monsters that were in at least like 50 fights. My highest win rate was all turn 2 monsters. So Julianne, I play as a turn 2 monster. Bulwark, Riley. Nikki, I played as turn 1. Oliver, I played as a pivot. Molong, turn 2. Lima, kind of a pivot. Nana, turn 2. And then we get into the Teshar, turn 1. And then we get into the Juno, which is kind of a pivot. If you flip this around and you look at the turn 1 monsters, so in order to try and defend against Oliver, Gyu 40%, Masha 45%, Tableau trying him as a turn 1, 47%. So all my lowest win rate monsters were the ones where I tried to play. The thing is, though, is I didn't play any more and I didn't play any chunks. So I gave all of these turn 1 monsters a big disadvantage. But the point here is that turn 2 is definitely my strength and it's definitely my preferred turn style. But if you go to definitely my preferred style, but if you go to opponent monsters, these are the monsters that I lost against the most. So Oliver, I faced in 25% of my matches and I lost to him nearly 60%. Gianna, Praha, Juno, Nephthys, the Gyu, which countered my Oliver a lot, Molly and Leo, which countered Oliver. Weird thing about Leo is I was winning against Leo, like he was actually the monster that lost to me the most by percentage at the start of the season, and then I lost like 20 matches in a row to Leo drafts at the end. A lot of them were sacks, a lot of them were luck sacks, but yeah, so I mean, it basically comes around now. More used to be, so if we go back a couple of seasons, if we go back to season 21, you look at the monster that I struggled with the most this season, it was Lima, Gianna again, Oliver, Ragdoll, really weird. Wouldn't expect that to ever be there. And then Carnell, so it was a lot of CC stuff. If you go to season 22, Charlotte, interesting, Charlotte, Yunhung. Oh, wait, we're at more than 50. That's a bit high. Let's go 20. Tontos. Not something you expect to see. But yeah, season before last, Molong Bulwark. 22, season 22, my highest win rate units, Molong Bulwark. Season 21, highest win rate units, Dominic, Molong, Bulwark. So at the end of the day, these are always my highest win rate units, but I can't find a way to actually beat Oliver. The monster that crushes me the most, Gianna, Oliver. Season 21, Lima, Gianna, Oliver. Season 22, Charlotte, Gianna, Lima, Oliver, Miles. Season 23, same deal. So yeah, turn 2 is very effective until you face turn 1, and then that's what I can't do, is figure out a way to defend against those monsters. Hey Jack, have a good one, man. Thanks for hanging out on stream. Talisman. So Talisman is going to be largely about cleave and turn cycling, so Wind Robo would be amazing with him. So basically more Wind Robo Talisman, and then some other setup type stuff is pretty much where I would go. I haven't tested him, so obviously you need to do some testing, but yeah, he's basically about turn denial. Yeah, Ludia would be amazing with him. Alright, looks like we are out of everything, so we're going to wrap up stream from there. I went about half an hour over. Guys, as always, I appreciate you hanging out with me on stream. Don't laugh, I am literally going to check out Curry SW, so that'll be really interesting. I do like to watch a lot of, you know, that's how you get better, is you watch what other people do, right? So I'm not like blowing steam. I'm literally going to be checking out his channel, and who knows? I hopefully will learn something from him, and maybe I can figure out how to actually counter some of those. Because if I could figure out a way to successfully counter the Oliver drafts while playing turn 2, I do think I could make G3. That's always been my barrier, is I can't figure out how to counter Oliver Gianna drafts without going turn 1. And then when I go turn 1, my runes fall short. I probably have G2 runes as a turn 1 player, but I probably do have G3 runes as a turn 2 player. As a turn 2 player, I just can't defend against the turn 1. So that would be very interesting. Anyway, yeah, don't laugh. Check out the streams. Make sure you're around on stream on Twitch, because I'll give you a shout out. If I can figure out how to counter turn 1, I'll give you a shout out, man. So anyway, guys, that's it for today. As always, I appreciate you hanging out on stream, and I will catch you guys Friday. Friday is the final YouTube stream. Final YouTube stream on Friday, so make sure you guys follow on Twitch. Twitch starts next week. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a good night.